Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. And it's titled Tamam Shud. Let's start with the warm-up questions. 1번. What are some famous unsolved mysteries in your country? 당신의 나라에서는 어떤 유명한 풀리지 않는 미스터리들이 있어요? 호주에서 맞는데 근데 한국에서는 The Unsolved Mystery of a Married Couple Who Went Missing. I don't know if you've heard about this, but not too long ago there was a married couple who suddenly went missing from their apartment. The CCTV caught them going into their house, but it never showed them leaving their house, and they weren't inside, they weren't murdered, as far as we know. That was a really interesting one here in Korea. I'd like to get to the bottom of that unsolved mystery. 2번. Have you ever heard of the Tamam Shud case? Tamam Shud 케이스 들어봤어요. 네, 들어봤어요. 왜냐하면 이 케이스가 호주 있는 케이스예요. It's a case that was very popular and very well known in Australia. It's also called the Somerton case. I'm very interested in crime and crime stories. I studied criminology, so I've heard about this case before. It went unsolved for quite some time, but recently, as you probably have already read, there has been evidence to suggest that it has been solved. Now, let's move on to the vocabulary section and repeat after me. 1번. Sleep it off. Sleep it off. Sleep it off. At first, people thought he was just drunk and trying to sleep it off. So when you're trying to sleep something off, it's more like usually something like recover from an illness or tiredness by sleeping or taking a nap. Now it does also relate to alcohol. So in Korean, you could say like 참으로 술 깨다, but it's not just about drinking alcohol. You can also sleep off an illness as well. 2번. Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. And no family members or acquaintances came forward to identify him after his picture was published. So to come forward is make oneself known to authorities or the public / the public, usually because of a crime was committed. But in this situation, the family members didn't come forward, so they didn't make themselves known to authorities or the public after this man's picture was published. So in Korean, 나서다. 3번. Toss. 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 Basically to throw. Or another word you could say to chuck as well. Chucking is also another word for throwing or tossing. But usually not very far. Like a short pass. Example, if I'm throwing you the remote in the lounge room, it's not very far. So, yes, in Korean, 던지다. 4번. Credible. 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 In English, we can say credible is able to be believed or convincing. So the most credible explanation of this message is that each letter signifies one English word. File. 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 There are many definitions to describe file or to define file. This one is to submit, and usually a legal document. So in this case, and she filed for divorce. So she submitted a divorce paper in order to get divorced. 소송을 제기하다. 6번. reconcile. 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 So Dorothy had resettled in a town near Adelaide, so Webb may have been there in a failed attempt to reconcile. To define reconcile is to restore friendly relations between somebody. So Webb originally wanted to go to the house, or to Dorothy's house, to make up, to make things better again. 화해시키다. Usually we use this word after a fight or an argument. Now, that wraps it up for the preview section. Now let's look at the review section.